Hey, and welcome back to the channel. This is Tax Talks with Terry. I have been in the tax preparation industry for over 10 years, and I created this channel just to help taxpayers get through tax season a little bit easier. This video, I'm going to be talking about tips to ensure a smooth tax season. Okay, you know tax season can be crazy, right? Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to give you some tips that things that you can do to prepare to ensure that you have a smooth and prosperous tax season. So the first thing that you want to do, you want to go to the IRS.gov, okay, and create an account. Now you will have to go through the ID Me Verify, and that will require for you to maybe upload your driver's license. So you have to have a valid driver's license, and it's going to ask you some more information. Once you pass that, then you'll be able to create your login and get in. So on the IRS website, you'll be able to look up any tax records. You'll know if you owe any money. You can check your refund status and all of that. So create your account, okay? Don't drive your tax preparer crazy. A lot of the information that you may ask your tax preparer is right there on the website. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do, you want to make sure that your tax records are organized, especially if you're itemizing or filing for a business. This is something that you really want to start now. If you haven't done it in the past, hey, it's cool. It's January, season of new beginnings, okay? So going forward, you want to make sure that you organize your tax records, okay? You're going to be receiving a lot of tax documents in the mail, so you want to be watchful of that. Usually if it's a tax document, it will say on the envelope, that it's a tax document. You want to make sure that you update your W-4. Your W-4 is the form that you fill out with your employer that tells your employer how much tax to withhold out of your paycheck. It can make a big difference during tax season, okay? So these are things that you might want to check on now for the next tax season, all right? So also on the IRS.gov, also a tax withholding estimator, where you can put in how much you make and it will tell you how much tax is actually supposed to go out. So they do have a special bill that's in effect that if you put on your W-4 that you're filing head of household or you have dependents, they automatically do not hold the federal tax out, okay? So what you want to do to ensure that they're withholding the right amount of tax, you want to say that you are single, okay? This has no bearing on what you actually file on your tax return, okay? So I'm just clearing up a few misconceptions. Some people think however you fill that W-4 out is how you have to file your taxes. But another thing that you can do to bypass this special provision that they're doing now is to actually specify amount that you want to withhold from each check. So that's why the IRS.gov is so important. You can go on there and you can use that tax withholding estimator to kind of see how much tax you need to have taken out, okay? All right, you want to know the best way to do your taxes, okay? Many may purchase, software and self-prepare their taxes, which is quite all right. A lot of people use TurboTax. A lot of people may purchase, different softwares from H&R Block, things like that. Just ensure that your tax situation warrants that, okay? And this is what I mean. If you have something complicated, if you have a lot of things that you may not understand, you might need to consider hiring a tax professional, okay? The worst thing that you want to do is to mess up and end up paying for it later, okay? I mean, the IRS is not playing about penalties. They're not playing about fines and everything. They backdate it, okay? So they may not find the error until maybe 2 or 3 years later, but they're gonna go all the way back to that particular year that they audited. So you want to judge your tax situation. If you have something simple, I always say, hey, there's nothing wrong, about going to TurboTax and some of these other prepaid tax softwares. But if you know your tax situation is complicated, just hire a professional. Okay. So, since we're on the subject of professional tax preparers, alright, so you definitely want to be careful and you want to make sure that you vet your tax professional that you will have preparing your taxes. Alright, you want to definitely make sure that they are knowledgeable in tax preparation and the IRS law, okay? Because, you're responsible for your return. So you definitely don't want to entrust that in the hands of anyone, okay? Be careful of fly-by-night tax preparation, people. Because you got tax preparers that are popping up left and right, okay? Promising these huge tax refunds. And what you don't know is a lot of them are trumping up those refunds, taking a little cut for themselves, and leaving the taxpayers high and dry. So you definitely want to review your documents. You want to make sure that they sign that tax return as well. If they are affiliated with the IRS and they are official, they should have a PTN number. It's a number that's going to start with a P, okay, that the IRS issues out. And so they should have that number. They should sign the return. That lets the IRS know who prepared the return. If you pay someone to do your taxes and they do not have that at the bottom, if it has self-prepared checked, they're not supposed to be doing taxes. They're not official, okay? So you definitely want to do that. This is not to knock anyone or knock anyone's hustle, but if you're going to be doing something so serious as tax preparation, dealing with people's financial records, you want to be official, okay? Next, you want to make sure you look at all documents. And if something looks out of place, that you ask for explanations and everything. Your tax preparer should send you a copy of your tax return and go over that return with you and give you a chance to or ask any questions that you don't just hand it off and don't do it. Be watchful. Be vigilant, making sure nothing looks out of place. Make sure that the amount that they say that's on there that you're going to get, that you actually receive. Now, the only difference with the amounts will be, of course, they're going to take out preparation fees if you go through and use bank products. So these are some things that you definitely want to look and be prepared for. So you won't be bamboozled, because it happens, trust me. So, if you are in search of a tax preparer that's knowledgeable, has the years of experience, knows their stuff, is trustworthy, all of that, My information is in the description box. You can reach out to me. The form will also be there if you want to submit your information. That's usually how I get information. And then I have a secure customer portal where you can upload any other sensitive tax documents, okay? But one thing that I forgot, you definitely want someone that's trustworthy, okay? You got to. This person is going to be handling social security numbers. They know where you live. They have your ID. I mean, they're going to be handling your livelihood. So you want to be sure that you don't entrust that to just anybody, that you have really vetted them, asked the right questions, and that you trust this person. I've been in this game for so long. I have seen people get burnt. I've seen people, tax preparers leave a bad taste in people's mouths, okay? I get it. But there's still some good people out here that are honest, that are trustworthy, and that you can trust to do your tax preparation, okay? So these are just a few tips to help you navigate and get through this tax season without pulling all of your hair out. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Like, share, and subscribe for more tax tips to help you get through this tax season. All right.